Mother's Day is one of the biggest holidays of the year. So why do so many moms end it feeling a little disappointed?
That's exactly what we're talking about in this episode. Plus, what this day has actually meant to be and how to take it back.
And since it's our 1-year podcast anniversary,
we're also sharing what a full year of Bronze Medal Mom life has taught us.
Hey there, friends! Welcome to Bronze Medal Moms, the podcast where we aren't going for gold, we're going for bronze on the daily. I'm Amy.
And I'm Amanda, and we are here to remind you that you don't have to be perfect to show up, survive, and even thrive in motherhood.
Welcome back to Bronze Medal Moms, the podcast for moms who are not trying to win gold. We're just trying to keep everyone alive, fed, and somewhat emotionally stable. Heavy emphasis on the somewhat. This episode is really special, though, because it's Mother's Day week, and it's our 1-year anniversary of this podcast, which honestly feels a little wild. Like, Amanda, who let us do this for a year?
I was just thinking that also. Like, the fact that people are still listening, that might be the most shocking part. But really, this has been such a fun and meaningful thing for us, and we're so grateful for everyone who's been a part of this past year. Like, as we said before, we're taking the summer to replay some old favorites and reach out to some more moms out there.
But we're keeping our monthly coffee talks live over the
Of course. Yeah. Yes. Keeping the coffee talks. And then we'll be back in August with brand new episodes, a ton of really fun guests that we might have already started talking to. But yay.
I'm excited. So, okay, though, let's talk about Mother's Day because it's kind of a confusing holiday. It's supposed to be about celebrating moms, slowing down, being appreciated, maybe even resting. But then in reality, it often turns into mom still doing all the work. Like she has to plan her own Mother's Day. Like, here's breakfast in bed, but you still have to do the dishes later.
Yes, and there's all the pressure for Mother's Day that it has to be this perfect day, like the perfect brunch, the perfect plans. Everyone's behaving perfectly. And when it doesn't go that way, which it usually doesn't, it can feel disappointing.
Exactly. And I think that's the part people don't say out loud. Like, it can be sweet and meaningful, but also exhausting and emotional. Like, those can both exist at the same time.
Right. Right. For sure.
All right. Okay. Quick little history moment, though. You ready for that?
I love fun facts. I love history.
I know. I promise it's actually kind of interesting. So I always assumed that Mother's Day was just created by greeting card companies, but it's not true.
Yeah. Hallmark holiday.
Right. No, it was actually started by a woman named Anna Jarvis in the early 1900s. And her whole goal was to just genuinely honor mothers, something simple, thoughtful, and meaningful.
Which sounds lovely. That sounds lovely.
Right. But then exactly what we thought, companies got involved. Flowers, cards, gifts, brunch, all the things. And what's wild is that Anna actually ended up hating what Mother's Day had become. Like she created it. Yeah. But then she spent the rest of her life trying to undo it.
Which feels very on brand for moms of like, that's not what I meant. No one is listening to me.
Yes. Well, and I think that's why the day feels so loaded now. There's so much expectation tied to it. And the other thing I was thinking of is like, I grew up celebrating my mom on Mother's Day. So that's what I knew about it. And you aren't really, when you become a mom, I'm not sure anyone, like, what's the expectation or how do you know how to celebrate a mom on her first Mother's Day, right?
Right.
So speaking of expectations, I actually always did Mother's Day a little differently when Adelaide was little. It wasn't my first Mother's Day. She was born in August. So then, first Mother's Day was that spring. Steve created, like, he did her footprints on a card and he kept that up. Yeah, he kept that up for a couple years. But then when she literally was like maybe 2, I started my own Mother's Day weekend tradition where I would go on a girls' trip every year.
Shocker. You're traveling. That's way out of left field. But you may be onto something here with all of your traveling.
That doesn't sound like me. No.
Doesn't sound like it at all.
Yeah. It actually kind of started as I mean, a little survival because
Sure.
Mother's Day, with a little kiddo, it almost is just like any other day, and it's not really restful, right? It's just like a
Right.
regular day with higher expectations. Um, but at some point I thought, what if I actually took Mother's Day weekend and I did actually rest?
It's a revolutionary concept.
Right. And so I would go with a couple other moms, and those trips really became something that we all looked forward to every single year. It
Oh,
was so low key. We had time with friends, uninterrupted sleep, adult conversation, and then, no one asking me for snacks every 10 minutes.
or touching you, sitting on you. That alone is worth the trip. Oh,
Oh,
touching.
big time. Well, and the best part was, especially for those of us now who were on the trip, we loved it. We had zero guilt about it. Other people tried to make us feel guilty about it, but it didn't make me a bad mom. In fact, if anything, it made me a better one because we would always come back on Mother's Day, like that afternoon or that night, and I would come back refreshed and actually able to show up for my family as my best self, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. I will say my first Mother's Day was actually a hard one for me for several reasons, but because I was actually in a friend's wedding the night before. And so I had to leave Rue with my in-laws for the night. And I was so heartbroken that I didn't get to wake up because Rue's born in January. So she's like brand new,
Oh,
cute,
yeah.
snuggly. I was so heartbroken that I didn't get to wake up with my little snuggly baby on Mother's Day. And I remember being so sad and everyone laughing at me for it because now fast forward 11 years and I'm locking my bedroom door so no one touches me or tries to wake me up before 10 a.m.
Well, so after a year of doing this podcast, we've had some really great conversations and heard from so many other moms. I think one thing is clear and it's relevant with Mother's Day is that motherhood is not what anybody thought it would be.
Not even a little. I
Yeah.
think we expected it to feel way more organized, more intentional, like more put together. And instead, it's just messy, chaotic, exhausting, and funny all at the same time.
Yeah, it is. And there are moments that are so, so good. And then, of course, there's the moments where you're like, am I doing any of this right?
Which the answer is probably, but also, yeah, who knows?
Yeah, none of us know what we're doing. I mean, we really don't know what we're doing. And somehow that's the beauty of it, you know?
And I honestly, though, I think what makes you like a good mom is simply one that is trying. Like,
Yeah.
did you try to get them 8 hours of sleep or 8 to 10 hours of sleep? Did you try to feed them healthy-ish meals? I mean, like a bronze little mom is still on the podium, but sometimes we can also celebrate like a solid participation award every now and then.
Oh, yeah. I love that. And this podcast, when we set out to do it a year ago, Amanda, I'm going to keep
Crazy.
like, I
Crazy.
cannot believe it's been a year. But it was never, ever about being perfect moms
No.
or even trying to be. It was about being real moms. And, I can remember one of my favorite sayings was like, we're all just wiping butts trying to survive, right? And I think what we've learned this year through our listeners is that so many moms are craving that honesty.
Yeah. People don't want perfection. They want to feel normal. They want to know that they're not the only ones struggling or feeling behind, and they're also wiping butts.
Yeah, because everyone feels that way at some point, No one actually has it all together. Even if it looks like they do, I promise you they have had a crying moment locked in their closet.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest takeaways is just we are not alone in any of this. Like, we're all doing this together.
Well, speaking of not alone.
Yes. Okay. This is another thing I really want to talk about. Not alone. Can we talk about spouses on Mother's Day? Because apparently they come with zero instructions and even less awareness on the holiday.
Yes, they're out there needing a full presentation. I think this should be like in all the new parenting books for new, parents, how not to ruin Mother's Day 101.
There should be a whole dad section.
That's
Like,
right.
seriously. But the truth is, they are not mind readers. You do have to set expectations in the beginning, which feels illegal because shouldn't they just know? But I feel like a lot of arguments happen in marriages that you're like, I'm not a mind reader.
Right, exactly. And I will be honest, when I was first married and young, I just expected my husband to read my mind all the time.
Exactly.
Yes. Should that work? Yes. But is that reality? No. And you sometimes with spouses or partners, whether, you have to leave clues. Like, actually, sometimes you have to leave clues like you're in a true crime documentary. Other times, they can't even, I've learned over the years, my husband can't even pick up the clues. I have to be blatantly honest and obvious with exactly what I want.
Exactly. So let me tell you about my first Mother's Day.
Okay.
Makes my husband sound terrible. Chris did absolutely nothing. Not a
Ooh.
card, not a coffee, not even a hey, congrats on keeping our child alive. Nothing.
Ooh. Ooh, straight to jail, dude. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. And the thing is, we did go celebrate his mom that morning.
Right.
And so then, so mad. He tried to hit me with but you're not my mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
I definitely would have celebrated Mother's Day as a widow.
Yeah. So I shut that down real quick. Like, I am the mother of your children. This is a group project, and I've been carrying the team.
Yeah, that's right. You did the extra credit, the late nights, and the snacks for this group project.
But I will say, here's where I think I earned my bronze medal. Like, I always try to think, like, okay, what role did I play? How could I have done this better?
Right.
I didn't say anything ahead of time. Like, I really thought he was just going to read my mind.
Right.
I just waited all day, silently, building rage like a crock pot. And by 10 p.m., I absolutely lost it, like fully unhinged, tears, attitude, like dramatic speech, lost it.
Yeah, we've all done that. For
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
So, like, a lesson to all the new moms, they're not mind readers. You should not be planning your own Mother's Day by any means.
Right.
But you might need to gently remind the spouse that it exists and that you are now a mother.
Yes. And it can be just a casual reminder like, hey, you should do something for me for Mother's Day. And I do think that you need to tell them whether or not you want to leave the house. Right. Like sometimes they'll be like, hey, okay, I want to. One year for Mother's Day, Steve was like, hey, I made reservations for a brunch and then this and then that. And I was like, I actually don't want to get out of my pajamas today. He was like, oh, okay. So, but tell them here, I want you to do something for me. Here's what I would love. Or else I will be bringing this up in every argument until 2047.
Exactly. Yeah. Set your expectations or prepare the speech. That's your choice. But just to also note, like, Chris has now mastered Mother's Day. This is not a husband bashing, podcast.
Yeah.
He always knocks it out of the park now. Like, last year's Mother's Day was perfection. And I will tell you what he did. It's so cute. But we have a neighborhood, like, there's like a little neighborhood thing close by, and all the other moms in the cul-de-sac, we all got mimosas at my house and we all walked to brunch at this little neighborhood place with the kids. It was so cute. The weather was perfect. It was just awesome. So apparently some men just need to be taught how to do it.
That. Well, this is airing on Mother's Day, but in full transparency to our listeners, we've recorded it a week ahead of time. Do you know, though, what you were doing today on Mother's Day? Do you already know, or is it a surprise?
Oh, no, it'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
but I will say, like, my big thing is, I don't need a lot. I will say the biggest thing I asked Chris for, I think I've even said this before in podcasts, is I like a card. Chris is not great with words, but he's great on paper.
Oh, yeah.
And so he writes just beautiful, really touching, thoughtful cards. And so for any holiday, as long as I get my card, and I keep them on a little box that Chris made me, and as long as I get that, I'm good. But then, like, we can also do breakfast here or go out or what. I don't really care.
I love that. I love that.
How about you?
Well, I do know what I'm doing ahead of time because Steve will be out of the country.
Oh.
So I can do whatever I want that day.
You're like, I know what I'm doing because I'm actually planning it this year.
That's right. So I will be planning it this year. And Adelaide is supposed to have a recital. Her voice coach does a recital every year. And I think this year it's going to be on Mother's Day. So that might be my Mother's Day. So we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, well, that's nice, though.
Yeah, yeah. But, if we could tell every mom a few things on this Mother's Day, first and foremost, you are doing better than you think you are.
Yeah. And your kids don't need perfect. They just need you. Even on your messy, tired, not your best days, they just need you.
Yes. And it's okay if this is hard. It's going to be hard, but
Yeah.
yeah, like hard doesn't mean you're doing it wrong.
And you don't have to earn rest. You're allowed to take a break without proving anything to anyone. You can take a nap, take rest.
Oh my goodness, that's such a good reminder because I know in my early days I was like, I can't rest until I do ABC, XYZ.
No.
Right? Yeah. So lower that bar, moms. Give yourself some grace. You are doing a great job.
It's true. And speaking of your Mother's Day this year, can we talk about our single mom friends on Mother's Day? Because if anyone deserves a parade, a nap, a margarita, it's them.
Yes, like a full parade with snacks, people fanning them like they're royalty. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, these women are doing everything. There is no tag you're it. There's no backup parenting coming in clutch. Nothing.
Yep. No breaks, no sleeping in, no one saying, hey, I've got the kids. It's literally just go mom mode 24/7.
So I want to bring this up because I want, as mom friends, this is where we can step it up a little bit. Like, be the village that everyone's talking about and support each other.
Okay, real quick. I love this because immediately I was thinking of, I have 2 mom friends this year who are single moms for the first, like new single moms. This is going to be their first single mom Mother's Day. So I'm like, okay, I'm listening. I'm listening here.
Right.
So I shouldn't just text them Happy Mother's Day. Like, that's cute, but I can do better.
It is cute and thoughtful.
Right.
But and it doesn't have to be huge. You could drop off coffee earlier in the week. You could send flowers. You invite them over so she's not spending the day alone with her tiny humans asking for snacks every 4 minutes.
Yeah, or take the kids for her for a couple hours so she can like sit in silence or cry in peace or binge some shows or all the above.
Right. Honestly, silence should be listed as like a new love language. My love language is silence.
Yes, it really is. And honestly, that's why I liked going away so much on Mother's Day, because I did really just need a mom break on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Not the whole time, just for like a little bit, like a couple days.
And you don't have to make it like weird with your friends or like pity filled. Not like, oh, poor you, you're single or, a widow on Mother's Day. Like, you want to celebrate them. You're like, you're crushing it. We're celebrating you big today. You're doing awesome.
I love that. Hype her up, show up, make her feel seen.
And because every mom deserves to be celebrated, but our single moms, like, we go a little extra. Bronze medal moms, gold medal friendship. And remember, it doesn't have to be that day. Now, granted, this is airing on Mother's Day, so you're like, crap, I missed it. But
it could be the day after.
It could be the day after. It could be the day after. It could be before. Like, just little things to tell another. What you could do is send them this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
For a reminder that they're doing awesome.
I love that. Yes. Send all of your mom friends, especially the single mom friends, this podcast with a little note and maybe like a Starbucks gift card.
There you go. There you go. I love that. I think that's perfect. Just reminding another mom that she's doing great.
I also like what you said, bronze medal momming, but gold medal friendship. That's like great. I feel like another t-shirt added to our merch website.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. So maybe this year, though, instead of trying to create the perfect Mother's Day and creating that in your mind without telling anybody, maybe you just make it your own.
Maybe it's brunch. Maybe it's a nap, maybe it's a girls' trip, or maybe it's just a normal day with lower expectations.
Yes, whatever it looks like today, moms, it counts as long as you feel celebrated.
It's so true. Yeah. So true.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to try not to get emotional here, but to every one of our listeners, thank you for being part of this past year with us.
We truly wouldn't be here without you, and we don't take that lightly.
Oh my goodness. And this Mother's Day,
lower the bar, folks. Lower the bar. Eat the desserts.
Take the nap. Ignore the laundry.
And remember, you're doing a really good job, Mama.
So like we said, if this episode resonated with you, share it with a mom who needs to hear it.
And come hang out with us. Tell us what your ideal Mother's Day actually looks like. We'd love to hear it.
Ooh, you know what I'd really love to hear? Like Mother's Day fails. I would love to hear.
I'd love to hear those too.
I would love to hear some of the my husband tried really hard, or my spouse, my wife tried really hard. And
Or my kids accidentally gave me food poisoning with the breakfast they served me in bed.
Yes. Well, Bronze Medal Moms, it has been an epic year. We hope you hang out with us during the summer with our coffee talks, catch up on episodes, but definitely connect with us. We love hearing from you. Go to our new website, bronzemedalmoms.com, and join the community of other moms.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to our moms on Bronze Medal Moms. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. See you soon.
Hair up high, coffee in my hand, baby on my hip, still making a stand. Oh yeah. Burnt toast breakfast, cartoons way too loud, mascara smudge, but I'm still proud. Carpool chaos, homework on the floor, I'm tying tiny shoes like I'm heading on tour. Sometimes I'm raging in the minivan line, sometimes I'm crying in the bathroom fine, but I lace up my heart like leather and chrome. Every crazy day I bring it home. I'm momming like a rock star, doing dishes like a dive bar. Yeah, the crowd is three, but they scream for me. Whoa. I'm momming like a rock star, perfect mess in a big heart. Give it all I've got, even when I'm falling apart. I'm momming like a rock star. Laundry mountain staring me down, glitter in my hair like a rhinestone crown. Science fair meltdown, costumes all wrong, so we hot glue glory and we sing our song. Sometimes I'm praying at the kitchen sink, sometimes it's cereal and frozen drinks, but I show up on time for every small show. Every tiny win is all I wanna know. I'm momming like a rock star, doing dishes like a dive bar. Yeah, the crowd is three, but they scream for me. Whoa. I'm momming like a rock star, perfect mess and a big heart. Give it all I've got, even when I'm falling apart. I'm momming like a rock star. Raise your bottles, raise your bras. Every time, mama, you're a backstage star. We got split up stains, we got battle scars, but we tuck them in like we tune our guitars. Oh. We're momming like a rock star, doing dishes like a dive bar. Yeah, the crowd is three, but they scream for me. Scream for me. We're momming like a rock star, perfect mess in a big heart. Give it all we've got, even when we're falling apart. We're momming like a rock star. Hair up high, hands in the air, trying our best, yeah.